Man, that's a tough fight, especially for Xander at this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, that he have in himself, and he's ready to go make history for his country. And he's going to do real well in that fight.
Boots a hell of a fighter. What kind of advice would you give Boots if you were his corner man?
I'll just say don't always be looking for the knockout boxing. So, he's a good boxer.
Most difficult guy to fight in the weight class because he's rangy. He can do so many things. He can fight inside. He can fight outside. He's a great body puncher. He's a very, very respected guy, and I think he's very mature for his age.
It's hard to really go against Boots because on that one with specifically Xander, I feel Xander's still young,
Everyone thinks this is an easy win, a walk in the park. Jaron Boots Ennis is just going to roll through Xander Zayas like he's not even there. But if you believe that, you're flat out wrong. Absolutely dangerously wrong. That's what Tim Bradley is screaming right now, pushing back hard against this narrative that Zayas is just another young prospect to be steamrolled. He's telling the world, this is not an easy fight, not by a long shot. And if you're sleeping on Xander Zayas, you're about to get a rude awakening. This isn't just some casual observation. This is a legitimate warning from a legend who knows a thing or two about tough fights. He's seen it all, and he sees a real threat in Zayas.
You have to respect Zayas, and the fact that he's willing to do it, he's a serious threat. Because he's not an idiot. Top rank aren't idiots.
Now don't get it twisted. There's a reason so many top analysts are still picking Boots Ennis. Terence Crawford, the pound-for-pound king himself, is convinced Ennis' elite skills and deep experience will be the difference maker. He's talking about a fighter who's already operating on a completely different level. Max Kellerman is echoing that sentiment, straight up saying Ennis' ring IQ and overall skill set are just asterisk superior asterisk. And Eric Spring. He's been picking Boots from day one, predicting that Zayas might look good for a round or two maybe, but then Ennis' athleticism, his timing, and his absolutely asterisk unpredictable combinations are going to take over. He sees a mid to late stoppage, likely around the 7th or 8th round, with Boots simply breaking Zayas down. It's hard to argue with that confidence when you look at Ennis' resume. He's an absolute problem.
Work on things that you don't like to do. Get comfortable doing things that you don't like to do and try things. Everybody come and spar and they do the same thing over and over and over.
But here's the kicker. Eddie Hearn, a man who knows talent when he sees it, says it might be a little bit too early for Zayas to face someone like Boots. Yet Hearn also believes Boots has an elite fight IQ at another level. He even hints that there are still hidden sides to Ennis, dimensions fans haven't even witnessed yet. Think about that for a second. We've seen Boots dismantle opponents, but Hearn suggests we haven't seen his full arsenal. That's a truly terrifying thought for anyone stepping into the ring with him, especially a young contender like Zayas. It raises the question, what exactly is Boots hiding? And will we see it against Xander Zayas?
Fight the same way. That works on this level, but when you get to the elite level...
Xander Zayas, on the other hand, is being urged by some, including his own camp, to embrace the absolute toughest sparring sessions available, to face his fears head-on, to directly conquer challenges even before the fight night arrives. This isn't just about getting ready physically. This is about forging mental steel. It's about pushing past comfort zones and proving to himself and to the world that he's ready for the highest level of competition. Because if you can't conquer the demons in the gym, how do you expect to conquer a monster like Boots Ennis under the bright lights? This is a crucible, a trial by fire, and it's happening right now.
You talk about the difference between championship and belt.
Yeah.
You can win belts in different divisions, right? But Boots was the Ring Magazine welterweight champion of the world right now. I don't love the way he got it because Stanionis hadn't fought in a million years. It's his only real significant welterweight win, really, of a guy who's in the top 10, and that guy was really inactive.
And Boots Ennis himself, he's made his intentions crystal clear. His main goal, his only asterisk goal, is to face champions. The guys holding world titles, that's the direction of his entire career. Look, he respects Xander Zayas. He acknowledges him as a talented young contender. But he also makes it abundantly clear the experience gap between them is significant. It's a chasm, really. Boots isn't just looking for fights. He's looking for asterisk legacy fights. He believes facing champions is what will truly define his career. He's not here to pad his record. He's here to take over. And while he stays respectful to rising prospects like Zayas, his eyes are firmly fixed on the absolute pinnacle of the sport.
Weight division, unified champ. Man, I'm snapping my legacy, man. It's only up, man. I'm at the show the world. I'm the best in the world. I'm gonna continue to keep showing the world I'm the best in the world. Like this boxing game mine. straight like that.
Now, the bout with Virgil Ortiz looked like it was done, and then of course, you know, the legal stuff happened. You know, that had nothing to do with you.
Right.
But you always said that you were going to give the fans the Virgil fight, and if that didn't happen, right back to the mission, and the mission was the belts.
Yep.
So was that why Xander was your first option after Virgil?
Yeah, I mean, well, once we, you know, me and the team sat down, we figured out like, it's, you know, everything falling through, it's not really gonna happen. I told them, like, you know, my team, Matchroom, DAZN, I'm like, yo, go get me Xander. I'm gonna go get me Xander, or go get me somebody with the belts, and that's what they did.
Now Leo Ruiz gives us a deeper dive into this matchup, stressing that Xander Zayas is far from an easy opponent. Far from it. But Ruiz still gives a slight edge to Boots in what he predicts will be a close, competitive fight. He explains that Ennis brings more long-term experience to the 154-pound division, giving him a kind of stability and confidence that Zayas is still growing into. Ruiz believes this fight could genuinely go either way, depending entirely on how each fighter performs on the night. He highlights Boots as the more versatile fighter with a deeper toolbox. He can switch between southpaw or orthodox, apply relentless pressure or box at range, and adapt quickly during exchanges. His ring IQ and ability to adjust under pressure make him incredibly dangerous in any situation. Ruiz also points out that Boots is comfortable both coming forward and fighting off the back foot, which makes him literally unpredictable.
Strengths, what do you see Xander's strengths? What do you see weaknesses on both fighters? How do you see Xander versus Boots going?
If you want me to be honest, I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. You know, Zayas is a you know, he's been at 154 for a way longer time, and Boots is coming up. But of course, you know, skills pay the bills. I feel like Boots could edge it off in a close fight, but who knows? You know, Xander could pull off the upset, even though he's a champion. But I think Boots is the more skillful fighter in a way. But Xander is no pushover, and he's a champion for a reason, and it could go either way. You know.
On the flip side, Xander Zayas is widely praised for his discipline, his clean boxing style, his absolute mastery of distance anchored by a sharp, accurate jab. He's a technically polished fighter, someone who truly understands how to control rounds by staying composed, sticking to fundamentals, and avoiding unnecessary exchanges. His patience in the ring allows him to stay consistent, racking up points over time, especially against opponents who struggle to match his timing and rhythm. But here's the problem. Ruiz suggests that Zayas has not yet been tested against the same level of elite opposition that Jaron Ennis has already faced. This difference in experience at the very top level could become a major factor when both fighters are pushed into deeper, more intense rounds. While Zayas is improving rapidly, the step up in competition against a fighter like Ennis represents a monumental new challenge. In terms of weaknesses, Zayas may face a massive experience gap when dealing with high-pressure moments against elite-level opponents. On the other side, Ennis sometimes takes calculated risks while trying to break opponents down, which can leave openings if not controlled properly. Overall, Ruiz sees this as a highly competitive and intriguing matchup, but he slightly favors Ennis due to his greater adaptability, higher-level experience, and more complete skills set in a demanding, high-pressure environment. That's a huge breakdown.
Has more tools in the bag. You know, I feel like he's really good going forward or back where he could box. He's a southpaw. He could turn orthodox, whatever. You know, I feel like he could adapt. And Xander's a good boxer. You know, he could box and stay on the outside and just win, just, you know, using his jab and being really good on the outside. So it's kind of hard to see, you know, to pick a definite fighter to win. But
talk about respect. Richard Torres Jr. expresses strong admiration for Xander Zayas, saying he is a big fan of his style. He truly appreciates what Zayas brings into the ring. Torres respects Zayas' discipline, his technical skill, his sheer determination, believing those qualities make him a dangerous opponent for anyone in the division. He feels that Zayas has both the heart and the ability to push Jaron Boots Ennis in a fiercely competitive fight. While acknowledging Ennis' elite level and proven talent, Torres still sees Xander as someone capable of making this matchup incredibly difficult, testing Boots in ways many fighters cannot at this stage of their careers. That's a bold statement right there.
Question more for you. What do you think about Boots versus Xander? How do you pick that out?
Man, you know, it's two insanely talented fighters. I myself am a Xander fan. I through and through since day one. I've known him since the amateurs. I'm gonna rock with Xander. He's my guy. I won't ever go against him, man. So Xander's my guy, and I'm gonna keep with him. But Boots is such a talented fighter. I'm a fan of his as well, and I'm excited for that. I just saw he posted today that he's.
Greg Hackett gives a very balanced and thoughtful view on this upcoming Xander Zayas versus Jaron Ennis fight, happening on June 27th in New York City. He believes the 154-pound division is extremely competitive. In fact, he describes it as almost a three-way tie among the top names, based on the quality of recent wins and overall performances across the weight class. Hackett explains that Xander's recent victories and growing resume have earned him serious respect, especially given his young age and rapid development. He points out that performances like his win over a tough opponent truly highlight how far Zayas has already come. At the same time, he also recognizes Jaron Ennis as a dangerous and hungry challenger, stepping into a new stage of his career at 154, where his size, his skill, and his adaptability will be tested more seriously than ever before. According to Hackett, this fight will ultimately come down to IQ, conditioning, pressure, and pure mental toughness.
Xander is fighting Boots June 27th. Love to get your reaction on that. What do you think about the winner, leading up to a Fundora fight, but just the fight itself as well?
So what's the first question? Who the best at 54?
Who do you think is the best at 54? And then, what do you think about June 27th in New York City?
I think it's a three-way tie out of all the champions. You know why I say that? Wow. Who got the best win out of all them guys?
At 54, I would say Xander.
Xander got the best win?
Yeah.
And who would that win be?
I think Abbas beating Tellis was big. And
he emphasizes that Xander, as the champion, will need to show how far he is truly willing to go under real, elite pressure. Meanwhile, Boots is motivated by an insatiable desire to prove himself and capture respect at a higher level. Hackett notes that this is one of the first major matchups where Ennis faces a strong, skilled, and physically imposing opponent in this division. He also respects Xander's decision to take this fight, especially at such a young age, saying it shows immense confidence and ambition. Hackett believes Xander has the ability to make this a technical boxing match, using his jab and movement to stay disciplined, while Boots will undoubtedly try to break him down with relentless pressure and versatility. In the end, Hackett sees the fight as competitive and potentially going the distance if Xander stays cautious. But he also warns, if both fighters engage aggressively, this contest could end in a decisive finish. And that's what we all want, isn't it?
Obviously, him being 23, wanting this fight, Boots, only has one fight really at 54, fighting Lema. So, this is a big guy, can box. What do you see in the fight?
It's going to come down to IQ. It's going to come down to conditioning. It's going to come down to pressure. It's going to come down to what Xander is willing to go through. Xander is the champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boots is hungry because he want that respect and he want those titles. Xander got to figure out how far he willing to go. I think he's willing to go there because what he went through with Abbas was a good tangle up. You know what I mean? That was a good little mix. But this time you won't be fighting Abbas.
Winky Wright says the matchup between Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis should be a very good and competitive fight, especially given how strong the 154-pound division looks right now. He feels fans are finally getting the kind of matchups that make boxing exciting again, with top fighters willing to face each other instead of avoiding tough challenges. Wright explains that this is exactly how the sport improves, because real greatness only comes when fighters beat other great fighters. In his view, it is not enough to build a record against lesser opposition, as true respect comes from stepping up in elite-level fights. He believes both Xander and Boots are now in that stage of their careers, where they absolutely must prove themselves against top competition. Overall, he sees this fight as an incredibly important test for both fighters and a massively positive step for the entire division moving forward. This is what boxing asterisk needs.
Xander and Boots. Right now, it looks like Xander and Boots are going to fight. What are your thoughts on that fight?
It's going to be a good fight, man. the division looking good right now, you know, and I just want to see all the fighters fight each other, man. The best.
Look, both Xander and Boots have reached a point in their careers where they need these kinds of high-level challenges to fully prove themselves. Wright stresses that fighters cannot become truly special without stepping up in elite competition and testing themselves under unimaginable pressure. He also mentions the broader triangle in the division, including Vergil Ortiz, Xander Zayas, and Boots Ennis, saying these names represent the undeniable future of the weight class. With Vergil currently unavailable due to legal issues, Wright sees Xander stepping in as a positive move that keeps the division active and exciting. Overall, he fully supports the fight happening and believes it is exactly the type of matchup boxing needs to bring fans back and keep the sport moving forward with meaningful competition. It's all about the fans.
To be great by beating somebody great. You know what I'm saying? You can have a bunch of wins with no great win. You're just a good fighter, but you want to be great, you need to beat another great fighter. So they got the opportunity, and I hope they do it.
What are your thoughts on, if you know about it, the Vergil situation? Vergil Ortiz, him and Golden Boy have kind of like a lawsuit going on against one another. Well, Vergil put the lawsuit out for Golden Boy. Now he's sitting on the sideline waiting for arbitration. Do you think it was right of Xander to step in and say, you know what, I'll take on Boots since you're going to be sidelined for a bit?
I had nothing. I don't know about it. You know, tell you the truth. You just telling me.
Coach Bredman says Xander Zayas is still a young fighter, but holding 2 belts. That shows his legitimacy. Nobody should overlook that when analyzing his matchup against Jaron Ennis. He believes this fight will look dramatically different compared to a potential Boots versus Vergil Ortiz clash, which he sees as a more explosive, high-contact war. Bredman explains that Xander will likely focus on boxing smartly, using movement, timing, and constant adjustments to reduce the chaos in the ring. According to him, Zayas takes pride in his ability to adapt during rounds, which could make this a more technical, tactical fight rather than a pure brawl. Bredman also notes that while Boots brings pressure, versatility, and undeniable physical strength, Xander's discipline and ring IQ could help him extend the fight and stay competitive over 12 hard rounds. He believes both fighters are skilled enough to force constant adjustments, which significantly increases the chance of a competitive, closely contested bout. Overall, he respects Xander's achievements and sees this as a meaningful East Coast showdown with serious implications for the entire division.
Zayas, Jaron Ennis. What you think?
Boots my stop in 7th, 8th round.
That was fast, eh?
I got Boots. I've been saying it.
What do you see?
First 2 rounds, Xander is going to give because Boots going to adjust. And I think after that, Boots just takes over. I think Boots just saying he's too athletic. The way he puts his punches together and where they come from, he's not going to see it.
What does Xander have to do to be successful?
I can't really, I don't see nothing he can do. To tell you the truth, except he might have some private power, probably catch Boots with something. Surprisingly, probably punch when he punches, he just got to throw. But if he just stands there and thinks he's going to move and try to be athletic with him, Boots got him all the way.
Now, do you see it being a systematic...
Well, there you have it. The boxing world is split down the middle. One side sees an inevitable Boots Ennis domination, a fighter destined for greatness who will simply roll over a talented but still developing Xander Zayas. The other side? They see a disciplined, hungry champion in Zayas, a fighter with the IQ and the heart to push Boots to his absolute limits, maybe even pulling off the upset of the year. This isn't just about 2 fighters. This is about the future of the 154-pound division and who gets to wear the crown. And honestly, I think we're about to witness something truly special. So here's my question for you. Drop it in the comments below. Who wins this fight and how? Do you think Zayas can pull off the shocker, or is Boots just too much too soon? If this breakdown helped you understand what's really going on, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell because things are about to get even crazier. I'll see you in the next one.
Ennis, you crazy. You crazy if you think this fight gonna be a slam dunk for him. You know, who was the last technical guy that Boots fought, man? Karen? Come on, man. He get in there with a young gun, man, just as hungry and energetic as he is. You understand that? Bigger than he is. Probably just as strong as he is. High boxing IQ just as well as he does. You know, got skills, good counterpuncher, good legs, good movement. Can throws and bunches, got a left hook. Which is the punch that Boots get hit with most.
Let's dissect Ennis' defensive game, a facet often overshadowed by his explosive offense. Boots isn't just a puncher. He's remarkably difficult to hit cleanly. His head movement is fluid, his upper body feints are deceptively subtle, and his ability to pivot just out of range makes him a constantly shifting, elusive target in the ring. Xander Zayas, a fighter who prides himself on precision, timing, and finding clean lanes for his straight shots, will find it immensely frustrating to hit such a dynamic target. Zayas has systematically broken down opponents by establishing rhythm and distance, but Ennis offers a completely different challenge, one that forces Zayas to adjust his angles mid-combination, to anticipate shifts, and to set traps against a moving target. If Ennis can consistently slip and roll Zayas' best efforts, it will undoubtedly chip away at Xander's confidence, potentially forcing him to take uncharacteristic risks and deviate from his disciplined game plan. This defensive mastery from Boots is a silent, yet profoundly potent, threat that could very well frustrate Zayas into making critical errors.
It's hit with most. You know, this ain't gonna be no damn slam dunk. This probably might be like a half-court shot. Yeah, for both these dudes, man. You know, like, Xander like guys that come forward. And you already know Boots is gonna be aggressive, boxing coming forward. You know, his game, he gets too impatient sometimes. Because he's constantly on the hunt, looking for a knockout and looking to counter. You know, we know Boots like to be first. We know he likes to bring the action and bring the pain. You know, he needs to learn discipline. That's it. And Xander's that guy that can make him learn that real fast, because Xander's one of those dudes that's gonna tax your mistakes. That's what he does. He tax these guys that come forward, he tax their mistakes.
Beyond headhunting, this fight will likely feature a brutal war of attrition to the body. Jaron Ennis is renowned for his ability to systematically break opponents down, and relentless body work is a cornerstone of that strategy. He doesn't just throw power shots upstairs. He digs viciously to the ribs, the liver, and the solar plexus, aiming to sap stamina and slow his opponent's movement, turning them into easier targets for his head shots later in the fight. Xander Leonard, for all his composure and technical skill, has yet to face a sustained body attack of this caliber from an elite-level fighter with championship-round endurance. His patience and disciplined guard could be severely tested if Boots commits to targeting the body from the opening bell. Conversely, can Zayas return fire to the body and test Ennis' conditioning, something we haven't truly seen pushed to its limits? This battle for the midsection could be the unsung hero of the fight, determining who maintains their power and pace in the crucial championship rounds, and ultimately, who has the deeper gas tank to finish strong.
I have rated them both slightly above Xander, but Xander has 2 belts, so you can't go wrong with 2 belts, because Ortiz and Boots don't have belts at 54. I think that Boots and Virgil Ortiz styles clash better. That would have been like a barn burner, a war, like high contact war. I think that Xander is going to try to box and take some of the violence out of the fight. So I think it's a different kind of fight. You know what I mean?
Now let's consider the truly unknown variable. What happens if Xander Zayas does land clean and hurts Jaron Ennis? Boots has rarely, if ever, been truly rocked or pushed to the brink in his professional career. We've seen him dominate, we've seen him finish, but we haven't seen him face genuine adversity, the kind of moment where he's forced to dig deep and show true grit under fire. This is where Eddie Hearn's comment about hidden dimensions of Xander becomes particularly intriguing. Is there a chin of granite, a recovery akin to a prime, sugar Ray Leonard, or will we see a momentary crack in the armor? For Zayas, capitalizing on such a moment would be paramount. Can he follow up, maintain composure, and press his advantage without overcommitting? His discipline would be put to the ultimate test to sense the kill, but not abandon his fundamental boxing. This is the kind of what-if scenario that keeps fans on the edge of their seats, where the entire complexion of the fight could change in an instant and reveal a side of Boots Ennis we've yet to witness. Beyond the physical exchanges, this fight is an intricate mental chess match, with the corners playing an absolutely vital role. Zayas' camp pushing for brutal sparring isn't just about physical conditioning, it's about forging an unbreakable mental fortitude. Can Zayas maintain his composure, his celebrated patience, even when Boots is relentlessly pressing, switching stances, and landing unexpected shots round after round? Conversely, what if Ennis finds Zayas more resilient than anticipated? Will he get frustrated if his early attempts to break Zayas down prove less effective? The instructions between rounds will be critical. Can Zayas' corner provide the precise tactical adjustments needed to counter Ennis' unpredictable attack? And can Boots' corner keep him focused on the game plan if Zayas proves to be a tougher nut to crack than expected? This isn't just about punches. It's about the psychological warfare waged between rounds, the adjustments made, and the mental strength to execute under the most intense pressure imaginable. The fighter who remains mentally sharper, who adapts better to the ebb and flow, will have a massive advantage. Finally, let's talk about the profound career implications for both fighters, extending far beyond merely winning or losing a title. For Xander Zayas, even a competitive loss to a perceived pound-for-pound talent like Boots Ennis could elevate his stock immensely, proving he belongs at the elite level and setting him up for future mega-fights. It's a chance to validate the immense hype around him, to show he's not just a prospect, but a legitimate contender ready for the biggest challenges. For Jaron Ennis, however, the stakes are arguably even higher. A dominant win solidifies his position as the unquestioned next superstar, the heir apparent to the pound-for-pound throne, and eliminates any lingering doubts about his readiness for the Crawford, Spence, or Canelo-level names. But a less-than-dominant performance, or even an unexpected loss, would be catastrophic, derailing years of carefully built momentum and forcing him to rebuild his narrative. This fight isn't just for a belt. It's for the narrative of their entire careers, a defining moment that will shape their paths for years to come and firmly etch their names into the boxing history books, for better or for worse.